Hey Joe fans, I'm John Setzler. Welcome back to the Kamado Joe cooking channel. Today we're going to fire up our Kamado Joe and make some pull-apart pizza bread. So let's get started. Okay, first thing we're going to do is fire up our Kamado Joe Classic. I'm going to put 2 of my Kamado Joe fire starter cubes in the middle of some charcoal here, and I am also just running a little experiment here with some briquette charcoal. I don't recommend cooking with this, but for today's cook, this is going to be fine. I'm going to fire these up and let these burn with the lid open for about 10 minutes, just like we normally do. Okay, now that we've got our fire going, I have set my accessory rack in the lower position here on the divide and conquer system. I'm going to set my heat deflectors on the accessory rack, and then I'm going to set both halves of my grill grate on the top. And we're going to set up today to cook at about 350 degrees. So I'm going to show you how we're going to set the vents. We're going to set the lower vent on the Kamado Joe Classic about halfway open. And on the top vent, I'm going to leave the daisy wheel fully open, and we're going to close the slider all the way. And I'm going to let this come up to 350 degrees on the dome thermometer, and if I need to warm it up, I'm going to open this slider a little bit, or if I need to cool it down, we're going to close the daisy wheels. So we're just going to let it slowly come up to temperature. Okay, I have 2 cans of the basic grocery store biscuits that you get that come in cans. I've popped these open, I've separated them, and we are going to cut each of these biscuits into quarters. Okay, now that I've got those cut up, we're just going to set those aside for a moment. And in my large stainless steel mixing bowl, I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of granulated garlic and about 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning and about 1/3 of a cup of extra virgin olive oil. And I'm just going to take my whisk and mix that all together. And now that I have that mixed together, we're going to dump in our pieces of biscuit. And as we add these, we're going to stir them and turn them and get those coated with that olive oil and seasoning mixture. Okay, now that we've got that mixed up, I have taken a 6-ounce package of pepperoni slices, and I've cut those into quarters. So we're going to dump that in. We're going to add about a cup of shredded parmesan cheese and about 2 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese, and we're going to get all this mixed up together. And once we've got all that mixed together, we're going to take a greased bundt pan and just dump this all in here and even it out. Try not to make too big of a mess, and just kind of level this out in the pan, make it kind of even, and then
let's put that bad boy on the grill.
That's right, it's time to put this bad boy on the grill. I've got our Classic riding along right at 350 degrees, so we're going to set this right in the middle of the grill, and we're going to let it cook until it's done. I'm not sure exactly how long this is going to take. I'm estimating somewhere between 40, maybe 45 minutes. So we'll start our timer and we'll come back and have a look at it close to the time it's done. Okay folks, we've been going right at 30 minutes, and I believe this bad boy is ready. Man, it smells fantastic. We're going to take this inside and we're going to let it cool for a few minutes, and then we're going to flip it over and dump it out onto our cutting board and take a look and see how this works. Okay guys, I have to make a confession to you. I had a little accident trying to get this thing out of our pan. It stuck in there pretty well, so I made a little bit of a mess out of it trying to get it out of the pan, but I'm going to show you basically how this thing works. It's designed so you can just pull pieces off of it and eat this in pieces, and you can have a marinara dip or a pizza sauce dip to go along with this. So let's give it a try. This has a really interesting flavor using the biscuits. You could also use a canned pizza dough for this, but the biscuit dough brings a really wonderful flavor to this with the mozzarella, the parmesan, the seasonings, the pepperoni that we put in there. This is really good. It's a really excellent party finger food or a game day food. You're gonna have to give this a try. Let me know what you think. Join us on Facebook, facebook.com/Kamado Joe. Follow us on Twitter @Kamado Joe. And until next time, this is John Setzler with Kamado Joe Cooking Channel.